My name's Katie and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something fun planned. Well, it's fun for me anyway. I also don't have any stand and he doesn't want to be in the background, so I can't put it on my friggin' side table. So
just put it down.
Today I decided to do a kind of cool video, So I've got two types of watercolour paints and I want to kind of put them against each other. So, you're in the background. So I got my watercolour pad here. This is 300 GSM for anyone that cares. And so these are some watercolours that I've used quite a while ago, and they're just kind of basic ones, and they remind me of the ones that you always got in school. So these are from a company called Major Brushes. The website on the bottom just says majorbrushes.co.uk. This didn't come with it. This is actually what I did myself. This is just all the colours on a piece of paper so that I know what it looks like dried. This is what actually comes with it. So these are just some names of the colours, what they've called it. And then I've got the paints themselves. It did probably have a paintbrush, but I'm not a saint, so I don't know which paintbrush was in here. And this is Winsor Newton. I got this for Christmas. I am going to have to check the price, so that's awkward, but it's Winsor Newton, so I'm already shocked as it is. So this is the little case. It's got the little detail, and then it's got this little finger thing so that you can hold it. If you saw what I got in for Christmas 2021, you'll already have seen this. This is the box as well, which I like because you can hold it, and it also shows you all the colours there. And this is what comes in this packet. So it comes with a pencil. It actually says Winsor & Newton. You can't see it very well, but still. Then it has a kneadable eraser here. These are obviously the watercolours, and then just down here it has this tiny thing. It also says Winsor & Newton on it, which you can't see, but it's actually a paintbrush, and I think that's kind of cool, and I kind of want to use that today. These are the two different watercolours I'm going to try. So this is the reference picture I'm going to use. I decided to go animals because they're cute and it's kind of my style. So I'm turning to voiceover Katie, mainly so you're not bored. Here I'm just drawing two of the same giraffe. Reason why is so that the two sets of watercolour have a fair start. What I mean by this is I feel controlling all aspects to be the same except the paints means we'll get a fair result. This is a kneadable eraser, which I have used before and love. They're very easy to work with, so if you haven't, I definitely recommend them 100%. I'm just rolling the eraser over my art to lighten it up. It also came with this pencil too, which worked well, very much like every other single pencil I've ever used before. All jokes aside though, I have no complaints. Here they are finished, and for some reason I drew the top one very slanted, which is great. Anyway, enjoy these shots of me trying to be artistic, which is ironic. So of course I forgot to film me doing the base colour for the Major Brushes watercolours, sorry about that. However, I'm going to be using yellow ochre for the next shade. Filmed a bit this time, and afterwards I noticed some darker spots on my reference, so I also added them too. Just finishing this one up, trying to add shading and depth. I will add, this isn't my art category of choice, but I tried. Had a little mistake there. It bled a bit, but pretty fixable, I think. I painted I don't even know, to be honest. Ossicones, I think, apparently. Probably still saying that wrong. So day 2, I am now using the Winsor & Newton watercolours. So genuinely, because I drew the top one badly, despite what I said earlier, I felt I'd put the more expensive watercolours with the slanted giraffe, just again because I felt like it made it more fair. I quite like this shot of me taking the packaging off the individual watercolours, so thought I'd keep it in here. My first impression is good. I've never used watercolours this nice quality before. I didn't realise I was not recording. So what the camera missed is I was just swatching these colours. So you've not missed much. These colours are super pigmented and bright. I'm very impressed. I love every single colour in this set. So I'm just swatching the rest of the colours now, and they are beautiful. I love these colours. However, in the major brushes, I did actually realise that some of the colours that they had were duplicate, and they had the same colour twice. I haven't got a rubber to rub anything out. That's a bad thing. I don't want a lot of graphite watercolour on the page. It's the same day. My daughter messed with my paints while I was doing lunch and stuff, so they went all over the floor, which was great. But let's carry on. The only difference between this one and this one is I did this in like one day. Adding shading to my Winsor Newton giraffe now, I felt like the paints are a lot easier to get on the brush and they spread out better too. With the major brushes, I didn't feel like I got a lot of the paint onto my brush, and I had to almost marinate the entire brush in the paints just to pick some up. There's definitely more pigment in the Winsor watercolours. I do think that's visible within the art. I also think there's more colour choices with this set, as the major brushes does seem to repeat colours within theirs. You can definitely see the difference. I couldn't seem to shade the bone thing on the bottom giraffe's face. I did manage, however, on the top giraffe. Now we are going in on the eyes. The major brush is black, as you can see isn't fully opaque, and there's still quite a lot of white that shows through. The Winsor Newton black though was a lot more pigmented, however silly old me put it on while it was still wet, so it started bleeding. To correct this, I try to dry it up the best that I can. Sadly, this meant some paint lifted, but after waiting for it to dry this time, I just reapplied. Alright, welcome back. So these are my two pieces. As you can see, I've basically done all of the painting that I think is needed and that I want to. So this is the major brushes, as you can see, and it's good. I mean, I like it, I do, but versus this one, this is the Winsor Newton, both of them together. I will also clarify that I use some coloured pencils to just go over the top of the drawings, just to finish it up a little bit more. Hello, how's the video going? So, let's do the comparison. So here is the finished artwork. As you can see, this is the Winsor Newton, this is the major brushes. Still haven't completely finished the eye on this, so just ignore that. That's not anything to do with the paints themselves. So let's get into it. So if you have forgotten, even though you shouldn't have done, this is the Winsor & Newton, the more expensive one, and this is the major brushes. Now, let's talk about prices. With the major brushes, you can get these on Amazon for £26.40, or you can go to their actual website themselves, Winsor & Newton, and they sell it for £39.85. Now with the major brushes, there are a few places that you can buy these from. So from Amazon, this is £4.21. From a website called Art Shop, it is £2. And from major brushes themselves, their actual website, they advertise this for £5.99. So a lot cheaper than the Winsor & Newton. I did actually notice that with these paints, you can get refills. So the refills, you can get 12 for £1.89, and you can either get them in the multicolours or just the white. Preferably, I would have also thought that they could have done that in the black as well, because I would presume the black's quite a big colour to use, but that's my preference. So my guess is, because it's just in this plastic packaging, that you just pop this out and then you'll be able to buy refills. So my personal opinion on these two different paints. So I'm just going to bring this up here just as a reference, just so you can see. Now with the major brushes, obviously you can tell from the painting alone that it is a lot lighter with the colours than the major brushes. These are a lot more pigmented, they give you a lot of a better, different effect that I actually like more. And you can just kind of tell all in all, these ones are probably a bit more expensive than these ones. Now, in terms of how these are, I honestly have no complaints. I have no problems really. For someone who is just beginning, or as I've said, I think in the video, these remind me of the ones I used to use in school. And I think for schools, or if you are just starting out, they're great, they're perfectly fine, there is absolutely nothing wrong with them. But if you obviously do want a bit more of a visual difference and a bit more pigment, and all in all just a bit better paints, I would definitely recommend the Winsor & Newton for anyone. They are a bit more pricey, but I do think that your artwork will clearly show the difference in prices. Now the black with the Winsor & Newton is also a colour I want to just talk about. With these major brushes, it was not as opaque. This one, very opaque, and I'm very, very shocked and actually happy with the black one in this set. I think it was very opaque and they were lovely to work with. The paints themselves, the major brushes were a little bit trickier to work with. You kind of have to, like I said earlier, marinate the brush within the paints itself. I feel like you don't actually pick up a lot of the paint, but with the Winsor & Newton, they're lovely to work with. They are so smooth and they just go on the page lovely, and I have no faults with the Winsor Newton. I think all in all, price wise, obviously this is a lot cheaper than the Winsor Newton, but all in all, I don't think it's that bad. I think if you are just starting out and you just need some watercolours, go for the major brushes. They're not amazing, but they'll do it for anyone. If you are more of a professional, or you want a little bit better watercolours, or you want to treat yourself, I definitely recommend the Winsor Newton. They are a big brand, especially in the UK. I don't know really anywhere else if they're this big, but they are quite a big brand in the UK, and so you kind of do know that you're going to get a bit of a better quality with these paints. But equally, I think that we got a very good outcome with both paintings. I don't think that there's anything really to fault these ones on. The other thing that I am going to just say though is that I did notice that with the major brushes you get a duplicate of the same colour. So for example, if you look on the back of the Winsor and Newton, they are all what you can kind of see as a different colour. Even the blues, they're similar but they are different, and you can mainly tell this because they're called something different. However, for this major brushes set, which is a set of 24, you do get duplicates. So you get 2 midnight blues and you get 2 dark browns, and that's the only ones that I can see currently. So if you look here and I think here, they do repeat quite a few of these, and for a 24 set, that's not amazing, but for the value of how much it is worth, I don't think it's that bad. So that's my only criticism, because if you're getting a set of 24, you expect 24 different colours, but that's all the negativity that I've really got for this set. I also don't know where the paintbrush is, so I can't really comment on that or anything that you get included. Now also don't forget that with this price you also get a mini paintbrush, a pencil and a kneadable eraser, so don't forget that as well. And although the paints look smaller within themselves, I'm pretty sure you could probably get refills too. I think that this is worth the price. I mean, the price difference is kind of startling. You can get these for as little as £2, and so you kind of get what you buy for really with these paints, but I don't think they're terrible. All in all, my conclusion is that they're really not that bad, and these are a 19 piece, this is a 24 piece, because you get 2 colours that are repeated. Technically it's 22 in here, but obviously the price you can kind of guess, but again you can get refills and things like this, so if you want to save some money, I definitely recommend these. However, are my favourite. I've got to give it to these ones. These ones win for me. These are great. I would definitely be using them a lot in the future. And again, I love that it has the little ring thing on the back so that you can take it traveling with you wherever. It's easy. Now, one thing I haven't talked about is on both of the sets, you have the top, which can be used as a paint palette. You can kind of mix any colours that you want, so this one has obviously been used, so they both have those on the top of them if you do need to mix any colours together. These ones actually do a really good galaxy if you are someone that does galaxy and you need just kind of cheap paints. They're really good for that. I can recommend them for that. I've done a few galaxies in my time. But that's my verdict. Here's the drawings and the paintings yet again. Leave your comments and your verdicts down below. If you think that the major brushes are crap, then please put your opinion down below. If you think major brushes are actually crap yourself, or you've had a bad experience with any major brushes, please let me know, because I'm interested to see what you guys think as well. If you want to see anything else like this and you want to see more art mediums or brands being tested against another one, please comment down below and like this video as well. I do see the difference. If you want to see that,
by all means, I will do videos on those in the future because this was very fun. I will tell you right now. I really like doing this. I thought it was very fun, and now we know that these are called otter cones. And I bet you didn't know that before. Yeah. I do think, however, both of these pieces will do very good with an outline, but I'm not going to do that today. And if you want to see some art behind the scenes, please check the link in the description for my Instagram page, as I'd love the support on there. I also do quite a few regular videos on my TikTok, and you can see more of my life on there as well if you want to see that. Interesting, I know. So that will all be down below, and anything else like my link tree and stuff like that. So go check it out. Everything will be down there. I'll also leave the websites for Winsor & Newton and Major Brushes, so you can check them out yourself, or you can even do your own comparison video. If you do, be sure to send it to me. I'd love to watch your videos on your comparisons, and I hope I will see you in the next video. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. No. Anyway. Thanks for watching. I hope you like my art. I'll see ya. Bye.
Oh. This is so embarrassing. Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh.
Hello, my name.
Oh.
Can you stop? Hello.
Oh. Oh.
Hello, my name's Katie. Oh, stop it. My name's
Oh.
Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, 43 seconds it took to do that one sentence. Today I've got something. Seriously, stop. You're worse than Layla.